What's up, nerds? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Entertainment Syndicate. We are the Syndicate. We're coming to you from NES headquarters located in the basement of the Alamo. Adobe. Can you say Adobe?
Yeah.
I'm your co-host, Andrew. What's happening?
Hey, guys. And you got Los here. How you guys doing? I think first thing we need to talk about what's fresh is just Deadpool. Since we experienced the movie this week or this past week.
The Deadpool movie. Big release. Big numbers for Deadpool.
Yeah, and it's turning a lot of heads, and it's bringing a lot of big money investors and talk into the table as of bringing rated R movies into the comic book world.
Well, it had a huge weekend to begin with. It blew away expectations.
Broke records.
Yeah, it was as far as numbers wise, people were expecting it. Like the industry was expecting 65 to 70 million for the weekend.
That was day one.
Double that for the weekend, 134 million. So that's bringing in big attention from Hollywood.
Now, with attention, there comes some good and comes some bad. What I'm afraid of, and a lot of people out there are afraid of, is that a lot of people are going to just jump on the R-rated wagon and just slapping the R on any kind of crap shit idea they have half-baked just to turn them over
That was
$1.
my feeling on that, because like now the first thing I've seen is Wolverine wants to come out with a rated R movie.
Okay, so let's stay on that. Wolverine as a rated R movie. I'm okay with that. I want to see that.
That'd be cool, especially after reading your recommendation
Old
of
Man Logan. Yeah, see, it plays well. I mean, Wolverine is an animal when he starts, mowing people down, and you got to show it. It just shows more brute strength to it, more emotion to it, I think. And his last movie, his solo movie, if they would have made it a rated R movie, I think it would have just been even more amazing.
Yeah, because he's a vicious, violent character.
Yeah.
That last movie,
where he goes berserk.
That scene where towards the end where he's getting attacked by all those ninjas.
Yeah.
That could have been awesome if they went, balls out with rated R level stuff.
Exactly.
Like going berserk.
Yeah, and the reason a lot of people, directors or studios would always keep it shy away from the rated R is because in the end, they want to see that dollar sign. They want to see return on their investment.
They want the full audience that they can get with like the teenagers and the kids.
Right.
But I mean, Deadpool being rated R it brought in the masses. It was huge.
It did, and like we said earlier when we saw the screening of it, and we posted up already on our channel.
A little NES movie quickie.
That it met my expectations, and I recommend it for everybody to see it.
Met mine too, and I'm definitely going to see it again. I plan to see it again in the next few days that I'm off of work, so we can talk about it again. There's really not much to spoil as far as the movie goes, because it's given out to you the basic premise, revenge story. His girlfriend gets kidnapped, and he goes out for revenge. If anything is spoiler worthy, is just like the jokes, just the massive amount of jokes that
and like like we said, if you know Deadpool, you're getting exactly what you expect. It delivers on every front of who in Deadpool is. And like I said, I was happy. I'm excited. And those Deadpool fans out there are getting the movie they've always wanted.
Absolutely hilarious. It's a great comedy movie to begin with. And then just throwing in that awesome action.
Yeah, definitely. And then Colossus was amazing there.
Colossus, the Negasonic, her part was super cool too.
She was a bit of a badass. So yeah, can't wait to see more of her. Actually,
just the interplay between Deadpool and everybody in that movie was awesome.
Yeah, it didn't feel forced, to be honest with you. Like it wasn't just like let's just throw a joke for joke's sake. It meshed pretty well. So
many good jokes. So what was like a couple of your favorites?
I think when him and TJ Miller were just riffing on how the way he looked.
That was good.
Yeah.
That we see it like a few bits of it in the trailers.
Correct.
Like the more that we see in the movie is really good.
And then I was telling you while I was watching it, I was like, could you imagine all the unseen scenes that's going to be on like the DVD extra?
All the Blu-ray extras, yeah.
That's going to be hours and hours of,
the blooper reel, the outtakes.
Yeah, exactly. People laughing, yeah.
A couple of my favorites was the baby hand joke in there.
Oh, my God.
The regrowth of the baby hand.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Probably my favorite was when he's beating up Colossus or tries to beat up Colossus.
Oh, he just keeps trying.
Himself.
And he just keeps trying and trying. He just broken hand, broken
that was hilarious.
Leg.
Yeah, about that. Then you almost have to see it again because you're laughing so much.
Spoilers alert, I guess.
You're missing jokes.
Yeah.
You're missing so many jokes because you're laughing so much. This is a definitely
a laugh out loud kind of situation. Yeah.
And I'm hearing from other people, other like YouTubers and people that I listen to and
Right.
reviewers, they're all surprised as I was about just how genuinely touching that love story was in it. Like it was meant to be in there. It was part of the story, but just how
How they were able to play off him actually having a love interest,
just how touching
being
it,
how quirky he is.
just how touching it was a surprise to me, and I really liked it. Like it was really good.
You know what? To be honest with you, I've never liked love interests in movies. I never have and never will. I won't. I won't let it ruin a movie for me. I've always felt like they were just there for the female audience and for those people looking for a connection. You know what I mean? Just to have that soft spot. I can always do without it. Like
Yeah, sometimes it feels forced. Like what Man of Steel was
Yeah.
one that was like kind of
there was no chemistry. Like
Yeah.
let's make out. Yeah,
that felt forced.
it did. And it didn't feel. I will tell you right now, it didn't feel forced at all in this movie. It made sense, and
It was part of his backstory. It was his reason
Yeah.
for.
and the character the character that he played and his love interest. I mean, you can see it. They're both crazy people. They're meant for each other, and
That was perfect the way they made
it,
her.
it was.
too.
It was great chemistry between them, man. But like I said, I'm never gonna let something like that ruin a movie for
Yeah.
me. I know what it is about, and so I'm like, just let it go. I can oversee that and really and truly enjoy the movie.
Same with me, but yeah, any other love story that's been fit into any of these superhero movies or action movies.
Yeah,
This one, for some reason, it was just like it really like this was just because of the characters they were. They really played well off each other. They seemed like a
Yeah,
really
they
good
did.
fit together. Just the very
you can see it happen. Yeah, you can see like, yeah, this can really work, and the jokes, the chemistry, the acting, the action, it all the blood, the gore, the cameos equated to great box
It was-
office.
Yeah, it was just a great movie overall. You guys got to go see it. Highly recommend it. It was funny.
Definitely
action's
see it. For
awesome.
those who haven't, who are waiting on other people's perception on it or reception or however they thought, just go see it, man.
Yeah, any reviews you watch or look at or listen to have all been positive from what I've seen.
Yeah. Okay, so finishing off on Deadpool, we're going to be talking about now also trailers. A couple of trailers landed on our laps this past week. One of them that I just saw today that my co-host here was pretty excited about, which
Yeah.
is
Pee-wee's Big Holiday is a Netflix original.
Netflix, man. They're making it happen.
Pee-wee. I'm really excited about that one.
Now, so you saw the trailer. What did you think about
I
of
liked
it?
it. It's just very just nostalgia. Like I grew up with watching the Pee-wee TV show.
Yeah,
And I loved the movies. The first one.
they were excellent, man.
Especially being a huge Tim Burton
Big
fan
Adventure?
that I am. The Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah,
I still quote that movie to this day.
really.
Just so many like classic lines that I his line to Dottie at the end. I'm a rebel, Dottie. I'm a loner. I just like randomly
Yeah.
bust out that line where he's in that movie within the movie.
Yeah,
Is paging Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman.
that's
The
right.
telephone call
Yeah,
at the
he was
front
excited to see
desk.
that, to be in the film when they didn't even use his real voice. Yeah.
He's like all peeking into the scene.
Now, I got to tell you, I actually have mixed emotions on this.
Uh-huh.
I like the nostalgia about it. It's reaching into my childhood, and but I just it's really adult oriented, which is, I mean, I understand it because there no other really kid is gonna remember him, but I don't know, maybe the innocence of me just misses that part when it was more kid oriented, I guess.
Like TV show wise?
TV show wise, yeah, not the movie, but TV show wise. I mean, I can see the adult humor in it. I can see it being nostalgic and everything, which is just I don't know.
Well, it started out more adult oriented because it started out in his comedy stuff, his stand up.
Oh yeah, but
And before the
and
movie,
I never saw that though. That everything is based on his,
yeah, if you're
Playhouse.
interested in it, like you want to go back, it started in his stand up, and before the movie and before the TV show, there was a like HBO special.
Really?
And that was very adult. Like there's like a lot of adult themes, adult oriented stuff, kind of sexual and
kind of like Bob Saget.
drug reference.
how
not
he's
not that vulgar.
Oh, okay.
He didn't get that vulgar, but it's like this just kind of like subtle adult stuff.
Like maybe we
Yeah.
didn't know Bob Saget was a vulgar guy before he was a fat.
He gets dirty. He's
Yeah.
a very blue comedian, stand-up comedian.
But yeah, like I said, mixed emotions on it. I'm still gonna see it, and but like I said, I'm not expecting much from it. Kind of a little apprehensive on it, but I'll see it.
I'm a fan of if you notice the cast was in there. Joe Manganiello, I like him. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
3 females in there that he gets or like he picks up in his car like when he goes on his adventure. Apparently they
that's
robbed
right.
the
The
bank, and
heist.
he
Yeah.
takes them as hitchhikers. One of them is Alia Shawkat. She was
Yeah.
the girl from Arrested Development. She's cool. I like her. She's funny.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell right off the back it's going to be all that kind of usual Pee Wee Herman shenanigans. Honestly, just get him in the type of trouble you'll never imagine, and just
just
him
some
being himself.
crazy off the wall adventures.
Okay, so that's the Pee Wee Herman trailer. Now another trailer that dropped on our laps that we're excited to see is,
Both of us are gonna be super excited about this. Daredevil season 2.
which showed a lot of the Punisher, Shane.
Punisher Shane from The Walking Dead, John Bernthal. He's like he's gonna be a badass.
Very
Super
greedy.
badass.
Yeah, I mean, God, he had so many good quotes. I guess you can say.
Oh yeah, it's
lines
awesome
on the
lines.
trailer.
In Justice trailer, the line where he says, "You knock them down, they get back up. I knock them down, and they stay down."
And you're what do you say? Well, you're one bad day away
One bad
from
day
becoming me.
being me.
Yeah.
That
So
line.
I mean, just based on the trailer, are you thinking he's gonna be hunting down the Punisher?
I think he's doing his vigilante thing in this, and they kind of like
Crisscross?
because like he's going too far. He's actually killing these
Yeah.
people. And Daredevil has his moral code, similar to every superhero that we know. They have their moral code. They don't actually kill. Like with I've seen this countless of times with Batman and stuff like that. So
and Punisher he never considers himself a hero. He's just doing a mission.
Punisher just straight out kills guys.
Yeah, guys that deserve to be punished. In his eyes, and he's pretty much was created from the aftermath of what happened to his family.
His family was murdered.
Yeah.
Right?
So I mean that's some background history. That's not really spoiler alert.
Yeah, I know
like
that. Yeah, I know that from the previous movies that have been out.
But I mean, just looking at the trailer, you can tell he's really greedy right off the back. It's
gonna be awesome. It's very even darker than it was before. It looks like.
And it's just gonna build upon the first season of Daredevil, and it just makes me want that Punisher season out now.
Yeah, because there's rumors about it being a standalone, having his own standalone show.
And that would just be simply amazing.
That'd be awesome. And then also the trailer is going to be a 2-part trailer.
Yeah, I just saw that one today when I with you.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2-part trailer because it ends with him like in his apartment and you introduced to Elektra.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Elektra other than the first Daredevil movie and probably just her standalone movie.
Honestly, the movies that did well to explain how Elektra's came to be. She is an assassin, and Matt Murdock became a love interest. She ended up getting killed and coming back as Elektra.
Have you read a lot of these comics though, the Daredevil Punisher stuff?
Daredevil Punisher? No, I read a lot of Punisher himself. War Journal and all that kind of stuff like that, but nothing directly with them both together.
Yeah, this makes me really want to get into these comics. Like I know Frank Miller has
Daredevil,
some pretty good stories as far as the Daredevil. Did he do any Punisher?
Not that I'm aware of. He could have. I don't want to get quoted on that. But if you really want to read some good Punisher stuff, I would suggest read Punisher the Max series.
Max, I
remember the Max
that.
series, a very adult-oriented, explicit comic books from Marvel, where they show pretty much everything, and it's a great comic book read. Especially, it's Punisher. He's killing people, so being a Max series, you expect that, and it's a really good read, and you'll enjoy it, man.
I really actually loved the second Punisher movie. Was it Warzone?
Warzone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was off the wall, just crazy.
It really showed more how the Punisher really is.
What he actually is like, just out for vengeance, kicking butts and murdering. And
honestly, if you can merge the first Punisher with Travolta and what's the guy's name?
Thomas Jane.
And War Journal, like if you can merge those two, you would have come out with a perfect Punisher.
I actually liked that standalone Thomas Jane kind of Daredevil Punisher.
Oh, the short,
that short
Laundry?
that he did. Was it called Dirty Laundry?
It's Dirty Laundry.
Yeah, if you guys look up on YouTube, Dirty Laundry Punisher, it was kind of his own.
And that's what the perfect Punisher would be. And he even Jones said that he would that was his like farewell, like this is the Punisher I had would love to play.
That he wanted to make. That he should have made out of the first movie.
And it was
that was really cool.
I believe directed by the guy for Dread.
Oh, is it? Did he do that Power Rangers short?
Yes.
Also.
Yes.
I know who you're talking about.
Shahir.
He has like one name.
No, he has two. But he does his eyes like. Big.
Yeah, he has makeup on his eyes.
Weird.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't bring up his name right now.
What is it? I guess he was director, producer, Eddie Shankar.
What is his role in it?
I believe he was a
producer.
Yeah, he was the producer in it. So his vision is, I like it. It's very graphic. He's very into making very real shorts. He also did the Power Rangers short.
The Power Rangers short, yeah, it was kind of like a gritty reboot, like modern take of it.
Yeah, which was amazing as well.
That was super cool.
Recommend people to look that up.
I liked it. I heard a lot of people hated it for some reason.
Yeah, you got those people that are really into the original ones and don't want to see anything veer off what they have in their dreams or what they grew up on.
I don't get that. I just saw like a clip based on
Yeah.
BVS, like some dude eating a banana. Is like, oh my god, it's the best banana I've ever had. Throws it down, picks up the phone. Farmers of the world, stop making bananas. I just had the best banana I've ever had in my life. It's like kind of just making fun of like all these people.
Some parody,
like, oh,
yeah.
you ruined Batman. Christian Bale was the best Batman, or Michael Keaton was the best Batman. Same with
But you're always gonna have those, and I mean that's a minority, but they're always the loudest minority.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean that it's popular opinion.
I'm not of that mind. I'll take anything. Give me more entertainment.
But we were talking that was a perfect merger, Warzone and the original one, and Dirty Laundry was just what the perfect vision of Punisher would be. And I believe he even stated that he has no more interest in playing Punisher anymore. But God, I mean,
well, yeah, we got our new one with John Berthal.
Yeah.
So who knows if that could even lead to a movie?
I see why not. I mean, God, Netflix and Marvel or Disney or whatever you want to call it, they're creating good TV stuff, man, and they're giving fans what they really want and what they're into, and it's gonna be amazing, man.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. That's sometime in March, I think it was, and the trailer will be coming out within
a week or two.
Yeah, February 25th, I think I saw.
Yeah, a week or two. Now that goes with the Daredevil trailer. And there's another trailer dropped that you're excited about.
Another thing I'm excited about still coming out in a few weeks is the 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
A new, little more extended trailer came out on that. We see a little bit more about the story.
Raises more questions than answers. It really doesn't, give much away because you really can't figure much of anything from what's going on there. I mean, they're in a bunker.
Yeah, they're in like a bomb shelter bunker type deal. But in this one, I guess a little more tidbit of information. John Goodman to Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character says, I'm trying to keep you alive, or I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, and just by seeing the trailer, you're thinking, okay, so who's the good guy and who's the bad guy here?
Yeah, because
who's the psychopath and who's the damsel in distress? Yeah,
you don't know. And then like the other character in the movie, I'm not sure who the actor is, but Mary asked him because he has a broken arm. His arm's in a sling.
Did you break your arm trying to get out?
And he says, no, I was trying to get in.
Yeah, so like I said, it raises more questions than it answers. I mean, you know how we like to break down trailers, But
I'm getting more into this because that podcast that I listened to, if you guys are interested too, if you're fans of the Cloverfield world, listen to Cloverfields. It's on iTunes.
Uh-huh.
I listened to this, and these guys actually go into more of what's the ARG, the augmented reality game about it. Because even the original Cloverfield, with like their Easter egg stuff, like there's this drink in the movie called Slusho.
Yeah.
And like there's this history of this business, of this company called Slusho. And
it's like a made-up history for the movie.
Everything in the movie has its own history. Like the main character from Cloverfield, the party he was having was a farewell party because he had got a job in China or Japan for this company called Taguado.
Yeah.
So this actually has a website, and like it even connects to that because now John Goodman's character in this new movie is an employee of this Taguado company.
Connections.
There's a whole bunch of connections, and there's even like secret messages.
Matrix up in here.
Total secret messages that goes on because John Goodman's character, and this picture, Employee of the Month on this webpage, his T-shirt says Radio Man 70, and for some reason these people are getting into it. If you type in Radio Man 70 on the internet, it takes you to this page called Fun and Pretty Things, where it's just a bunch of like pictures. Like there's kitty cats, there's the Eiffel Tower, there's cupcakes.
Man, this is
stuff.
deep.
It goes crazy. That's these ARGs, augmented reality games. And there's this one shot in this website of Molly Ringwald from Pretty in Pink, facing a computer. If you hover over it, if you click on this picture, it brings up a prompt, like asking for a passphrase. And these people, they're getting really into it.
So they're trying to figure out, have they figured out the passphrase yet?
Yeah, we got in a couple of steps because that panel of that shot from Pretty in Pink, in that movie, when she's at the computer, somebody types to her, it says, do you want to talk? If you type in, do you want to talk? Then it brings up a secret message from what we believe is John Goodman's character in this movie.
Responding to the outside world?
To his daughter.
To his daughter. Ooh.
So there's this big old background, this big old huge history that I'm really getting into.
So this is what I guess you could call it guerrilla marketing.
Well, it's called ARG, augmented
No,
reality.
I'm saying
game.
guerrilla marketing. I'm talking about reaching to the fans and
Well, this has been going around for a while. I remember Dark Knight even had it. I don't know if you remember, like, there's like a lot of online clues.
Yeah, and like I said, I think that's what they call guerrilla marketing when it's not really in your face. Like, do you like soap? Here's soap. This is gets you involved, gets you talking about it, thinking about it, and exactly
doing all this stuff.
guerrilla
So I'm
marketing.
really super huge into this Cloverfield business that's going on right now.
Hey, reaching the masses, man.
I'm super excited
on the
about the
underground
movie
level.
coming out. I guess another trailer we could probably talk about is that last Batman v Superman trailer that came out.
Now, no really big giveaways. However, we got to see him in action.
A lot more scenes that we haven't seen before, but again, no spoiler type of stuff.
But that fight scene, what'd you think about it?
But I absolutely lost my mind over this trailer, like I do with every BVS trailer or anything Batman related.
Now, was this because you actually got to see him actually flex around instead of just the robotic movement, kick, punch, parry?
Was a very
next,
very
fight
fluid. Scene was very
fluid, right?
Fluid and brutal, and very like what I read in the comic, what I see in the comic panels. It was brilliant, and what I love about it too, because it starts off where he's getting dropped off in this building by
Alfred is talking to him.
Kind of Alfred is controlling the Batwing, and what I love about it too, I questioned the design of the Batwing when I first saw it because it looks weird. It has like this front kind of piece that.
It reminds me of, I don't know if you know this character. His name is Moon Knight. Do you know Moon Knight?
I know about him, but I don't know much. He's Marvel's Batman.
Marvel's anti-Batman.
Okay.
Batman is the Dark Knight. He's legitimately the White Knight.
Yeah.
You know.
But my thing about the new Batwing, I questioned the design of it because it didn't. I was so used to like the bat shape from the first one, and then that weird looking one from.
The hover stealth.
Looks like a cockroach to me.
Freaking, it looked like a lawnmower with two blades on it.
Nolanverse.
Yeah.
But that new one, just the design, like it has this piece in front that comes out.
Can you bring that up?
That I actually, in this clip, it actually looks like it serves a purpose, and for some reason, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's what that purpose is for, and it's just like
to launch him.
Love about it. Like he can step out of the cockpit,
and
just walk in front of the jet, and I like how it kind of launches him up into the building.
So yeah, we looked up the Moon Knight's aircraft to see if it reminded him of what he saw in the trailer. So we're not going to be looking up at the new aircraft, X-wing, but without the X instead of the X, it's a C.
Yeah, this is the new Batwing here. So just the design of it, like kind of when I first saw it in those first couple trailers, like, nothing.
It almost looks like an aquatic kind of ship, doesn't it?
It almost looks like like the wings could probably come off and it can go.
I bet you it's a hybrid.
Yeah, that looks like what it's gonna be.
Yeah, so we're looking at a picture of the BVS Batman's aircraft, and it looks very aquatic, very hybrid. I don't even know how it's getting air at this point right now. It's just jet propulsions again. But yeah.
But just that clip in the trailer, I love like the design of it already because like he steps out and it kind of tosses him into the building. Then just that fight scene was absolutely amazing. How he's using the environment, how he jumps over this crate and catches some guy's head and slams it into it on the way by.
Reminds me of the video games.
Very much.
You know, you can flow from one bad guy to the next.
Yeah, the free flow action of the video game.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but I just absolutely love it. And I've not seen...
And there is CGI involved. I mean, you can tell right off the bat.
Of course, yeah. But I've not seen anything like this in any of the Batman movies. Closest I can probably think of is just the fight with Bane in Dark Knight Rises.
Amazing final fight.
Which I absolutely love. I love everything about it. It's just so brutal. And I love how there's no music behind it. There's no sound.
You just focus on two raw individuals
battling.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this new fight scene, absolutely amazing. And then just the rest of the trailer, just like the stuff that we see in it.
Yeah, we get it. You're excited and you want to see it now. Yeah.
Like crazy about it. I can't wait. I've been waiting almost 3 years for this. Since the announcement at Comic-Con where Zack Snyder came out and announced, it's going to be Batman v Superman.
Can't wait.
Oh, and that last shot of that trailer too where Superman goes to punch.
That look. Yeah, when he punches and he blocks it.
Just the what the
fuck face
was like, what?
Yeah, that was pretty much a what the fuck face. Yeah,
that was awesome.
So, what do you, I'm guessing Kryptonite.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna find some sort of because we see a Kryptonite piece in one of the previous trailers.
Yeah, and Lex is looking at it. Yeah.
Okay.
So that makes me think maybe Lex is involved with Bruce in some manner. We'll see.
Who knows? Yeah, we'll see how that connection goes. Because, like, again, we don't know. We haven't seen the movie. The trailers haven't given away everything.
No. So, any other trailer we got on the list right now? Oh, since we're still on trailers, I want to bring up the fact Game Trailers is shutting down after, I believe, 13 years. I know you weren't really too much into that, or you really weren't aware of Game Trailers.
Yeah, I don't think I really ever been on that
I
site
pretty
or
much
know
grew
about
up on that website. I mean, it was back in the high school days or after graduation. All my game information, I never got it off IGN. I never got it out any other website. It was always Game Trailers, and they're really good at showing the new and latest trailers. They're really good at covering E3. They were good at covering just interviews, and they also produced a lot of original shows. Hey Ash, what you playing? I showed you a couple of
those are pretty funny shorts.
YouTube shorts, yeah. Then Screw Attack, and just a plethora of other shows, and it's just, I mean, I haven't seen the site in quite a while, you know.
Were they one of the original, older sites that did this video?
Yeah,
stuff?
I mean, there weren't the founders, but they were one of the that pretty much made it more mainstream, you know.
Okay, because I latched on to IGN and
Yeah,
Machinima were my
and
over the last
like the interface
5,
for
6
IGN,
years.
I didn't like it, and Game Trailers was more, for me, it was more fluid,
Okay.
and it did a great job at covering E3. Personally, very from my unbiased way that they covered things, and
Okay.
just seeing them shut down, it's just I mean, it's sad to see it go. I mean, like I said, I wasn't visiting that site like I used to.
Was
But
that the reason it kind of lost
I mean,
traction?
I know they were bought out by another company, and you know, when some company buys another company out, they like to gut it out and get
So
the
this
best
company
part.
had nothing to do with this type of business, or
I mean, the company bought another company bought them out, and pretty much right off the bat gutted it out.
it's like what happened with G4. Attack of
Exactly.
the show and
Yeah, and
X-Play.
three quarters of the company, or
Wow.
2/3 of the company was already fired, and it was just a shell of its former self, and that's only the big thing I kind of hate when good companies are bought out by bigger investors. They're just gutted out. They just want to take what's the best part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, it's sad to see it go, and it's part of my history goes with that show.
Game Trailers website, so gametrailers.com.
Yeah, GameTrailers.com.
Is there an end date for it? You know when it's going to be?
They shouldn't be
over?
doing any new content. They said their goodbyes
Really?
on their YouTube
Oh,
channels.
Did
But
you watch that?
yeah, you know, I mean,
A little emotional.
no, I mean, yeah, I guess there was some connection. You know, it's just sucks seeing it, and you don't realize how you grew up with that website. You know.
It's you get really attached to it because
Yeah.
in the last 5 years, how
Uh-huh.
I really got more into this world. I found that the G4 Attack of the Show and X-Play, and when those went off the air, I was really bummed. I was so sad.
Yeah.
It was a daily show for me. Every single day I'd watch this over the last 4 years, 4 years.
And honestly, nothing has filled that hole. Nothing
No.
yet has filled that
Well,
hole.
Yeah, nothing has really filled that hole, but I still have my entertainment.
Oh
with,
yeah,
the
well
YouTube
you always
channels. I
you always
watch
find out, you
Nerdist
branch out, and you
yeah.
find new things, you know. And
Yeah.
here we are trying to fill our own hole.
That's what she said.
Okay, so that's pretty much the end of trailers. Now we're gonna go on to comics. I know, God, since our first 0 episode issue, or either that or it was a 0 or first. I brought up about Old Man Logan. Now
Uh-huh.
you told me today you've actually finished it. So
Yeah,
let's hear it.
actually had the time, read it within about an hour and a half ish.
Mhm.
Absolutely loved it. It
Right?
was so freaking awesome.
It's just
It's-
it's something you wouldn't really foresee ever, you know, them doing in a story like that. You know what I mean?
It is, yeah. It was like we mentioned your little report on it. It's really bonkers what happened in this world after
Oh.
Wolverine
Massacred.
hung up the claws, basically.
You know, spoiler alert. I gave you a Reddit, but how he murdered pretty much everybody in the X-Men Institute.
Yeah, even knowing what you've told me, basically spoilers. You told me what the story was about.
Oh yeah, it still won't feel like not even close to what the whole story really is.
Reading it is freaking awesome because you get this whole he's been gone for 50 years. He's
Yeah.
become a farmer, has a family life, wife, daughter, and kids, and it's basically he's trying to make rent to pay for the land.
Yeah,
And he owes the
Hulks.
Hulks, the green nicks, which are rednecks now
because
because
I told you
they're inbred.
because it's only the Green Hulk
It's
and Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner, Incredible Hulk, had sex with his cousin,
because
she's the only one that could handle him.
that big massive whole cock.
That was so funny. And then to see what he looked like at the end, I was like, oh crap, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, like let go. You know what I mean?
He's just basically an old, withered old man, but he still has that Hulk strength.
Exactly.
That was awesome.
And what I liked about it is the emotion of how he felt when he found out that he killed everybody. Just
Yeah, because he hangs up his claws. He vows to never kill anybody again, and in order to pay his rent, like Hawkeye comes to town, visits him.
Yeah.
A blind Hawkeye. Which happens later on in the story. He's freaking badass as a blind Hawkeye.
Still kicking ass.
But Hawkeye hires Wolverine like to go kind of cross country trip to deliver something, and he's gonna pay him, basically give him money for the rent that he owes.
Yeah.
And just this adventure they go on, and they kind of run into like villains throughout. I like how the country's split up.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kingpin owns one part.
The Hulks, Kingpin.
Yeah, the Hulks own like the West Coast.
I think Magneto.
Magneto was taken over by Kingpin.
Was it?
Yeah, the Kingpin, and but yeah, just this cross country trip that they go on, and like they start, getting into shit. And
Yeah.
Wolverine just stands back, doesn't do anything. He's not helping out. He's not killing because he vows to never kill again.
Yeah. How did you feel before we get there? How did you feel when he laid his head down the tracks? Just that zombie feeling, that look, the way they captured him, just
Yeah, because that comes through a few bits throughout the story.
Yeah.
And when he's telling the story of like why he's doing all this, and then he tells Hawkeye like, I wanted to get rid of myself, so he laid his head down on the track, and the train actually goes over his head.
Yeah.
But it metaphorically kills the Wolverine.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. That was unexpected.
Right.
It was so cool. I loved it.
Yeah. So would you recommend it?
Totally recommend it.
There you go, guys.
When I bought it at our local comic shop here, Four Colors, they were telling me like, "Oh, I'm jealous you get to read it for the first time," because they were all like, "You haven't read it?"
Yeah.
No, yeah, they're all surprised.
And I'm glad. And a couple of friends out there always ask, "What's a good read?" And, there you go. I'm recommending you a great book, man. Old Man Logan. It's not a big long story. It's nothing that's gonna take time to read. You can do this in one sitting.
Yeah, I knocked it out in like in an hour.
Yeah, you can do this in one sitting, and you'll enjoy the story. And it's just another side story that can get you hooked into Marvel.
And I'm definitely now, because of the Daredevil, I really want to get into like more Marvel stuff with those big characters, those big names.
Man, I'll let you know. I'll tell you. I have you saw my collection. I got a good library, man.
I'll go through your stack of comics.
Yeah, man, we can sit down and just read.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, I'm glad you like that. What else are you reading?
Again, sticking with my love of Batman. I can't believe I haven't brought this up before, but Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have done a crossover.
Have you read, or you just?
There's 3 issues in, and I've read them as they come out.
How's the crossover?
It's really cool. It's really fun.
Are they keeping it like the old school Ninja Turtles, actually black and white, or
no? It's all in color.
Okay.
But the art is almost like that, and the design of the Ninja Turtles is faithful to the old school.
Yeah, because not many people know that that's how the Ninja Turtles started.
In black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
comic book.
Yeah, Kevin Eastman was the artist creator, and Laird, the other guy, right?
Yeah, and so many different versions of the Turtles.
But this has been a cool read, the Batman and Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtles are in Gotham. They are transported to Gotham somehow through some portal.
Oh, okay.
By Shredder, and like they're going through Gotham, finding like these science lab, finding parts and pieces to like rebuild this transport or teleport them back to.
So
New York,
definitely
their
not
dimension.
the same world.
As far as
universe. Ninja Turtle universe.
They're not in the same universe because they're not DC. They're both like one's IDW
and one's DC.
And has their roots in New York and real life New York, and of course Gotham and Batman.
Metropolis,
DC.
yeah.
It's been a fun read. It's really cool. I like that nostalgia of like the Ninja Turtles and Batman crossing over. It's so cool.
Crossovers are always good, man. They can add a great story.
I think it's my first crossover. Do you have any other crossover favorites? Or?
I was going to say Crisis, all Crisis, because those are huge crossovers.
As far as different properties.
Different comic books? I mean, I know that Marvel and DC have a few crossovers. I don't remember specific.
That's back like in the 80s, right?
Yeah, I don't remember specific comic book reads, but those were pretty good. IDW is really pretty big on crossovers. I've seen them do Transformers and other stuff.
They have like G.I. Joe and Transformers and stuff like that, yeah. Another one that that I've read that you still haven't read, but you have the Batman Europa.
Yeah, I still have those.
It's only a 4-issue series, but it's so cool.
Really?
But it's a story I've never like imagined. It's Batman and the Joker teaming up.
Really?
Yeah, because they're both infected with a virus,
Interesting.
and they have to team up in order to survive. And it takes them across. The story's called Batman Europa,
Yeah.
so they're in Europe.
I only picture Batman getting annoyed by the Joker inside his airplane. He just
That first issue, just the art alone, because it's Jim Lee,
Yeah.
the artist, it's absolutely beautiful. I love every panel of that issue. But that's cool how it takes them out of Gotham. Like they're in Europe. There's different scenery, there's different setting. And the last issue, when you find out who it is, I didn't expect it. I was like, that's pretty cool. So I recommend you can check that one out. It's only a 4-issue series, so you got to look that up.
I got those, so I could probably knock those out this week.
Yeah, for sure.
What else you got on your plate?
My backlog that I want to catch up and definitely probably do over this weekend. Lady Mechanica, that sci-fi, Victorian sci-fi independent
Now,
one that I wanted to read.
Is that ongoing or is that already?
That's ongoing, but it takes a while because, like I mentioned in one of the previous episodes,
Yeah.
this artist-writer does it all himself. So we're only on issue 5 of volume 2. This is maybe 3 years later
Jeez.
that it started.
Really?
Yes. So, and I see this guy at conventions all the time. So he's working on this
Well,
story.
There you go. You guys go out there,
That
support
and,
him, read that.
Another independent title is called Silver.
Okay.
This is I met this artist creator at the conventions.
Uh-huh.
Really cool guy. I'd probably see him again. Silver is this noir kind of story. It's in black and white. It's a vampire story. I've read 4 out of the 5 issues that he has out right now.
So I'm seeing a little trend. Vampire, noir, a little big.
I like
Good spots for you.
Yeah, I like the vampires and zombies and horror stuff.
Yeah, something off the beat path. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my comic list. Speaking of the convention, I like to buy a lot of collectibles and toys and stuff. What do you collect?
You can see some of my display out here. I got a bunch of Funko Pops,
The Funko Pops are huge.
and they're very addicting. I started with one, and then and I saw another character that I liked. I picked up another one. Like you can see the one I have displayed out there, my glow in the dark ones, which is my Pit Boy, Darkseid, Goku. One of my treasured ones is Michelangelo. My signed Michelangelo.
It's signed?
Yeah.
By who?
The guy who played Michelangelo in Ninja Turtles 2.
The voice actor?
The actual,
Or the
the actual
guy in the suit?
both. He
did
was
both?
the voice and in the suit.
That's super cool. Those pop figures are like almost infinite amount of them.
Yeah, and I was trying to do a series, trying to close out with a series, but they're gonna extend some series. So I'm honestly doing ones that are hard to find and ones that I really enjoy. Like I like exclusives. I got a couple Walgreen, a couple Hot Topic. I got a couple from the Star Wars.
Do you order Loot Crate?
No, you know what? There's not many from Loot Crate that I really truly said I liked, except for
Well, about Loot Crate is kind of like because you don't know what they're about. They're surprise gifts basically. So
True.
You really don't know.
But I always like to get my stuff spoiled, and I find ways where they actually spoil it before they give out.
I usually buy Loot Crate when I like the theme. Like there was one a Batman themed, there was a villain themed one, and the one I just recently got was a Dead themed.
Uh-huh.
So it's gonna have like a Deadpool item, a Walking Dead item, so kind of like monster zombie items.
Oh, okay. And I know that I just got an email from them. They're doing an anime as well.
They have anime and they have like a video game, strictly video game stuff. And
So I'm gonna start looking more into it because it's branching more into stuff I like. And Loot Crate and Marvel's doing Marvel Collect. They're doing something similar. So is Star Wars.
DC just got one out too. They're doing it every 3 months, and I actually signed up for that one.
Yeah, I did.
Because the collectible on that one, the pop, is going to be an armored Batman from the movie, the BBS.
There you go, my true DC buddy over here. But yeah, so it seems like everybody's coming up with one. Like I said, Marvel Collect's doing one. You got Star Wars. I got to remember the name of it, but Star Wars
one
has one. Loot Crate, I believe, is one of the original ones that started it all.
I think they were the first ones.
Yeah, but besides Funko Pop, I also have Amiibos.
Those are the Nintendo video game ones.
Yeah, collectible statues that have in-game.
They're game pieces, right?
Almost like you want to say DLC costume.
Yeah.
Gameplay. Then I also have
well, the amiibos there's like a what is it? A pad you place them on.
yeah,
right?
on the Wii pad.
And then you play as that character in the game.
Yes,
When you
like
place the
if you play Smash Brothers, or depending, some have different interactions with whatever game you're playing. If
That's
you're
cool.
playing the Mario Maker, you'll get that costume. And besides those, also not in display, but I also have a couple of posters, collectibles posters, signed posters. I know you know about the Batman's black and white statues that are out there.
yeah.
I
love
actually
those.
have a Jim Lee signed and authenticated one.
What? Did you get it signed when you saw him at the store, or you bought it signed?
I bought it signed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I've actually have him sign a couple of stuff. I've actually have a bunch of Jeff Johns things signed before he was big,
Before he was like head of DC.
before he was head of DC, when he was running the whole
Damn.
Green Lantern and Flash, and so pretty proud of those stuff that now it's just kind of hard to get because he's so big, so busy. It's not like he can sign every
Yeah,
day.
he's not really creating the collectibles. He's
No.
writing stories and heading up DC.
And like I said, I have a bunch of Star Wars toys, collectibles as well. I mean, God, you've only seen the tip of the iceberg of what I have. I mean, you've seen my comic book
You
collection.
said you still have a garage full of
Yeah, I
stuff.
still have a garage full, and my
Like-
most prized possession is probably going to do my signed Ninja Turtle Funko Pop and
That's
Jim
cool.
Lee's signed statue.
Nice. I have, my room. I have no more room in my room for more junk. I collect, same thing. I have a few of those Funko Pops. I love when I go to the conventions getting prints from artists, like original prints
Yeah.
and artwork. So I have like a lot of stuff framed up in my room. I collect the Batman animated series, like the action figures. I've started collecting those. I have like the Batman, Robin, Catwoman,
Oh,
Joker,
okay, from the
Harley.
from the actual animated series.
The animated
when they look-
series, yeah, like
okay,
the
those are
action
some pretty
figures.
good figures on those.
They're
yeah.
really nice. I like those. I have
Any statues? Any busts?
I have I have one of my prized possessions.
Yeah.
Because it cost me so much.
Yeah.
This $400 Walking Dead statue, Rick Grimes. like,
Oh
in
my
action,
God! Which one is
killing
it? The
some
one,
zombies.
the one where he's kicking someone and shooting, or
Yeah, he's got one zombie in a headlock.
yeah.
He's kicking one away while actually shooting it, and there's like this other one falling off with like a hatchet in its head.
You gotta have
that-
a prized possession.
One of my most prized possessions.
Is
I
there-
love that thing. It's so much. The detail. It's a McFarlane figure. That's why. It's a McFarlane statue.
And for those who don't know, McFarlane is pretty much one of those guys that gave Spider-Man his second breath during, say, the 90s.
He'd probably be more known as the creator of Spawn.
Venom. Creator of Venom as well.
He created Venom also?
Yeah.
That I didn't know. I know him more as creator of Spawn.
Yeah, and I believe
But-
what he wanted Spawn, what he wanted Venom to be was what Spawn is.
Okay.
That was his original thought.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But
God, but he makes amazing statues and toys. He
Yeah, as
has
far as the-
attention to detail is
he's-
amazing.
he's not the originator of like such detailed and creative toys, but he's one of those big names now. Because when he started off with making the Spawn action figures and stuff,
And it's always been about detail, though. He doesn't just put out a mediocre product.
And
He's
those
always
things-
having high, detailed toys. Because I remember having a Spawn toy where
Yeah.
his little chain was actual real chain. That,
it was a free little chain that moved around.
yeah,
and-
exactly. So there was always detail to it, and it just his name slapped onto a product. No, is great quality.
It's gonna be great quality.
And
So that's what I love about my Walking
so that's
Dead
your
statue.
your statue. Your
One of my prized
possession.
possessions as far as collection. Yeah, I have one of those black and white Batman statues. I have the
Mm.
Greg Capullo Batman version. I love those things, and so many other little trinkets and collectibles.
You know what's
from-
my the prize collection or statue I want to get and I've always wanted to get? It's a Magneto one. I think I've told you. He was at Four Color.
They have it
and
in
he's-
four colors. I think
He was there. It was just him kind of floating in the air,
floating in
just
the air.
looking badass, spreading his arms out in the air, just looking sick, man. And it was like around $400. And being a married guy, it's kind of hard to.
They had a payment plan. That's how I got mine.
It's hard to get away with justifying buying something like that.
She doesn't have to know the price tag.
Right. Yeah, and then I'm a dead man.
Don't listen to this podcast.
Once we get our actual podcast going with video, you'll get to see some of our statues, some of the things and trinkets we have.
That too.
And
Maybe
posters.
we can build a Squarespace. We can just throw up pictures.
Yeah, we can do that too.
We can do
Take
that
pictures
too.
of that.
See that stuff.
Yeah.
But I asked you guys, some of the listeners, some of my followers on Facebook and stuff, if you guys have any questions for us. And a few of you, thank you guys, have actually sent in some questions. Question from Kevin. he actually asked our thoughts on the DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Now I know you don't watch that, right? You're not caught up.
No, not yet. So that's mostly on you. What do you think about it
That-
so far?
Love it. It goes up there with the Arrow and the Flash, just as good. And it's really cool how they brought this team of these side characters that were in these other shows, and brought in Hawkman and Hawkgirl from this DC universe.
Yeah.
Really fun show. They did a really good job of it, and because it's such a huge cast, also, it does a good job of kind of like, each one almost having equal share. Like, because the big bad in this show is Vandal Savage.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with him?
Yeah, Vandal Savage,
big DC.
original Cain from Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Historical Bible character.
He's basically like an immortal character.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they chase this Vandal Savage through time and try to kill him because, like, based on personal revenge of this, what's his name? Rip Hunter. Rip Hunter comes back from the future to collect these heroes.
Booster Gold
to
Sun.
make the team. It's a really good show. It's fun to watch, and I just love the characters on it too. So I recommend you watch that too. And you guys out there,
add it to the list, man.
It's so much entertainment that we need to catch up on.
So who asked you that question?
That was from buddy Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. So I mean, I trust what Andrew says, man. And so if he's giving it a good thumbs up, I go ahead and give it a shot, man.
And we have another question here from Gary, your buddy from work, or formerly from work. He's not with us anymore. But who is the best Robin, and who's the best after leaving Batman's side?
All right, so a two-parter, or multiple parts, I should say. So we got Tim Drake. Or let's start with the original.
Original Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson. Then we got Tim Drake.
Jason Todd.
And then finally we have Damian
Wayne.
So let's go with you first. Just,
also want to throw in there Carrie Kelly. She's a Robin.
From an arc.
History.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I'm not too familiar with the history of all of them, or
with what you know,
with what I know.
Dick
Grayson, how he's.
So that's the second part of this question.
Yeah, I guess you can encompass that in one. I like the Dick Grayson, how he's kind of I like his attitude. He's like a kind of a jokester, and because he's known Bruce Wayne, Batman for so long, he knows what he's like, and he can handle.
Yeah.
His gruffness and just kind of be a smart ass about it, and that's.
Right.
Whatever.
Okay. And for me, I read all those Robins, I guess. Carrie Kelly, just a little spunky sidekick, pretty much an afterthought, But as far as...
I would consider her a big part of the world, especially because she was in one of the most classic Batman stories that's ever been told.
See, and for me, it's just like, all right, I mean, she's there, doesn't really add too much for me. But, like I said, that's just me. And then with Dick Grayson, as original Robin, he was the good Samaritan, walking an old lady down the street, the freaking underwear wearing, green, Peter Pan shoes. But those are back in the days, But the newer version, he was a good Robin. He always liked to follow the law pretty much to the T. Batman had a bad side. He was the good side to Batman, I guess you can say. And then after the life after Robin, he's one of the most honest, good heroes out there. And I like him more as Dick Grayson than I did as Robin.
Okay.
Now the next Robin, and I think is the best Robin there has been, and I think the closest to a mini Bruce Wayne there will ever be is Tim Drake.
Okay.
Or Red Robin now.
He's the one that. How did he come?
God, was he the one stealing the wheels? Was that?
That's
Jason
what I was
Todd?
thinking. Was it him or was it Jason? I think it may have been Jason.
Okay, yeah, Jason Todd was stealing the wheels. I remember Tim Drake was having problems with his family. I believe he only had a dad, which his dad was murdered, as well. But as far as Tim Drake, he very much so follows the steps of Bruce Wayne. I think if Tim Drake grows up to ever become Batman, he will be more Batman than any of the other Robins. And I think he's by far my favorite Robin.
Okay.
And,
as Robin.
Yeah,
because he later becomes
Red Robin.
Red Robin.
Yeah, so he's more of an adult, so he becomes Red Robin. But I see him more as Bruce Wayne's shadow. He looks him up to just like a father. And the problem that Dick Grayson had is that Bruce never saw the bright side of things. He would only care about preparing and just the mission. Never took the time to look from the outside, looking in. And Tim Drake follows in the same footsteps as Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
So that's why he will always be my favorite Robin. Now, Jason Todd, this was before my time. So much of Jason Todd, it was just pretty much after the death in the family kind of deal when he was killed off and what I've read. And from what I remember, he was never really a big fan. He never really clicked with the masses. So he was never really a Robin to me.
Really?
I mean, he was there, but he just never did really anything to him.
And Jason Todd then becomes Red Hood?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he gets resurrected. It's such a sketchy story with the Lazarus Pit, him losing his memory.
That's every
becoming
comic
a ginger.
Every comic character that dies comes back.
Exactly. It's just
Jason Todd comes back
and
from
it's
the
just
dead.
a weird way the way he comes back. But and I mean, so Jason Todd. I mean, for most of you guys, we'll just know him as the Red Hood or the Robin that was killed by the Joker.
I'm slowly getting familiar with these guys because there's a current storyline, Batman and Robin Eternal, that includes all of the Robins, to Jason and Todd and
Drake.
Yeah, so it's a 26-issue series. I've only gotten 10 issues in. I think I'm kind of wait till it all comes out so I can go back through and just kind of read the whole story.
Yeah, and then we have Damian, who pretty much is just a new spin on Robin. I mean, you always think Robin the sidekick as being, the good one. Well, now we got Damian, who's playing Robin, who
actually turns out to be
assassin and AKA also known as Bruce Wayne's actual son
that
conceived from a test tube from an unused or from a used condom that Talia al Ghul. I'm just playing off of it. Talia al Ghul did the trap Bruce Wayne.
Talia al Ghul.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne should have flushed that used condom down the toilet. Nah, he just threw it in the trash and she just picked it up and used that semen, bro.
Can't wait to read that story and see that panel of the used condom.
Yeah, so favorite Robin will be Tim Drake, who has done the best outside of the Robin costume. Will be Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson as Nightwing.
Yeah,
I might actually change that if I start reading more into this and getting to know more of the Robins. But there you go, Gary. That's my opinion on that one. We got another question here from Jason, also a buddy from work. He's asking, what is our dream fan cast? Anybody throughout history, dead or alive, in the Justice League movie.
That's a good one. So that's going to make you use your imagination.
And I'm horrible at these.
Yeah.
I can't. So I think I could leave that one up to you.
Okay, well, we can spitball. We'll go with Green Lantern. And we're going to go with Jon Stewart, Idris Elba.
You're going with Jon Stewart on that one.
Yeah.
So no Hal Jordan.
Nah. So what do you think about Idris Elba?
No Ryan Reynolds reboot. Idris Elba, yeah, his name has been thrown around in the last few years.
And for those of you who don't know,
the
Jon Stewart Green Lantern is a military guy. And looking at Idris Elba, IMDb, you can see how many serious roles he's played. And I think he's a perfect character to be Green Lantern. In a perfect movie, like they asked, I would have him as my Green Lantern. Now, let's go with Batman. My Batman would be Christian Bale.
Out of anybody, let's say
he's done it. I mean, I don't know. I can't say anything about Fleck, but
I love what I've seen of Batfleck, but I'm thinking more in this fan cast. Let's go from people that have not played these roles before.
Okay. Oh, so you want to go okay off the beaten path? Okay.
That would be a little more interesting.
All right, we can. All right. So okay, let's leave Batman behind then. Let's go with
Never
Arthur. For now.
Arthur, King of the Sea, King of Atlantis.
Aquaman. Chris Pine. Chris Pine, yeah. That's who I see playing Arthur.
That'd be a good one.
For those of you who don't know who Chris Pine is, he was in Horrible Bosses 2.
Oh, he's well known for the Star Trek reboots. Captain Kirk,
reboots,
the new Captain Kirk in the movies.
So I see him, he's being an Aquaman, like a handsome, strapping young dude, but also as a badass.
I don't know if it's just who he's played with up opposite on screen. I always picture Chris Pine as a short fella.
Really?
So I don't know if I'm thinking Armie Hammer as a more face and hair wise as from what I've seen in the comics as Aquaman.
Yeah.
So Armie Hammer, I think I kind of just off the top of my head just threw that in there for an Aquaman. Like I said, I'm bad at these fan casting dream roles.
All right, so let's go on to Flash.
The Flash. What did you think?
Oh God, that's a tough one. Flash. Who could you see playing the Flash character
as a Flash? Armie Hammer. I would say Army Hammer, a tall, lean, blonde fella as the Flash. That would be my pick. So I would say Army Hammer.
Bring
Putting
up
on
Army Hammer. How does he look like?
He's
He's a Warzone guy?
no, he's the twins from Social Network. He was in Man from U.N.C.L.E., the Russian.
Oh, okay.
So him, if he puts on some muscle and some weight, would be a good Aquaman. Him as he is, probably lean, tall, as Flash. Those are my picks so far.
No, you gotta be someone. It has to be someone different.
Again, I'm bad at this. Evan Peters, Quicksilver. I was hoping you'd be quicker at this fan casting. Yeah, I'm horrible at these. I can't. All right, since you're having trouble with Flash, you want to skip to another character?
Who do we have?
Wonder Woman.
Olivia Munn.
I would actually pick Jamie Alexander,
Really?
who is Sif from the Thor movies.
Yeah.
I think she looks really good. She'd be really good as a Wonder Woman.
All
She
right.
looks a lot like a Wonder Woman.
Olivia Munn for me, man. Dirty,
Not
dirty,
for me.
dirty thoughts.
But that's your fan casting. That's cool. We can go with that one. But for me, Jamie Alexander, that would be my pick.
I've seen Olivia Munn as a Wonder Woman. She's put it on that cosplay.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on the Attack of the Show.
Yeah.
How about Superman?
A Superman?
My pick would be Army Hammer. Just give him some black hair dye.
No.
Have him lift some weights.
It's gonna be
That'll
like
my
Family
Superman.
Feud. You're gonna be like Family Feud. You gotta choose a different answer.
Nicolas Cage is a Superman. You still haven't seen that documentary, have you?
No, you would see him.
I'll
Are you
bring it-
choosing him because like, well, I guess I gotta choose, or you truly want to see him? in this
I
reboot?
just threw his name out just.
Okay.
But you got to see that. Death of Superman Lives. What happened? All you guys, I highly recommend this documentary. You guys check it out.
I'll torrent that.
Where Tim Burton. Well, I'll bring over the Blu-ray. It's got like 8 hours worth of extras.
Jeez.
Tons of stuff. Such a good documentary.
You know who could do the Flash for me?
Who?
The guy who did the voice for The Last of Us.
Oh, Troy Baker.
Troy Baker.
That's
Voice
a good
of
choice.
the Joker, voice of Two-Face.
That's a good choice.
He can be Flash for me.
That's really good. Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that one. If you guys look him up, Troy Baker.
Troy Baker.
Jay, if you want to take a look at this fan casting.
God, that great game, video game. You know what? For my Batman, I'm gonna have to go with Punisher.
Thomas Jane
Thomas Jane.
as a Batman.
Yeah, I can see him as Batman.
I can't. But that's
Yeah.
your fan cast.
I can. I can definitely can.
I would actually go for the guy who was rumored for the BVS, Josh Brolin.
I can't.
I could say that.
No.
No. Ooh, even better. Army Hammer. I'll go with Army Hammer as a Batman, which he was actually cast as in that defunct George Miller Justice League. Do you know about that?
No, I did not know about that.
George Miller, the director of Mad Max Fury Road and the Mad Max trilogies, they were actually ready to start production, to start filming.
God, how old is that
Everybody
guy?
was cast for the Justice League movie maybe 7-8 years ago, and Army Hammer was already cast as the Batman in that role. They were going to have Martian Manhunter was cast in it.
Really?
They had the whole team. They had who's that kid from that Seth Rogen End of the World movie comedy?
Which one?
Jay Baruchel. He was going to be
really?
Lex Luthor.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so if you guys look it up, the Justice League movie that was going to be made by George Miller.
So there you
It
go.
already had a full cast.
Those are alternate Earth 2 cast right
Yeah.
there.
That'd be pretty crazy. Then after seeing Mad Max Fury Road, how awesome would it have been if he did the Justice League movie?
Well, I
That would have
mean,
been sick.
if he would have done the Justice League movie now compared to back then.
There's even been rumors about him like throwing his name like he should do that.
God, how
But
old is he
Zack
now? Though?
Snyder's
He's,
already in his 60s, maybe.
he's an old. No, I think he's older than that.
Older dude, 70s.
Yeah, he's an old dude, man. But hey, he's doing some amazing things. So there goes that question. What's the next
So
question?
that was the fan casting for the Justice League, answering our buddy Jason's question. I think we touched upon this a little earlier, but Rye, our buddy Rye from work, what effect do you think the huge success of Deadpool would have on future comic book movies?
Yeah,
We touched a bit on that.
yeah, and
earlier.
I honestly think it's gonna go. The biggest thing is money's gonna be thrown. A lot of crap R movies are gonna be made.
I think even
And
more,
might saturate the R rated.
probably more obscure characters too. Like all these companies will look for these obscure characters to bring up because Deadpool has a huge fan base, but
Yeah.
it's not a Batman or a Captain America known name
So I honestly believe it's gonna be a double-edged sword.
in the movie world.
So it's gonna be a double-edged sword. It's gonna bring about the making of rated R movies that we want,
Yeah,
but also
like
rated R
Wolverine.
Lobo.
Oh, Lobo.
Lobo. I don't know if you know anything about Lobo, but
I've seen him.
he's pretty rated R as you can get for the DC
for
comic
the
books.
DC. Yeah, yeah. I actually saw like a meme about that. Like, oh, if you think Deadpool was like bad,
Yeah.
wait till you see this guy. And it was the image of Lobo.
And I'm talking about the old Lobo, not the new 52 Lobo.
Yeah, I don't like the redesign of him. They made him a thin emo dude. I liked him just massive. Like,
Yeah.
he can destroy you.
You know who he
Badass
reminded
looking
me of? Of the comedian.
Oh, from The Watchmen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that'll be a good rated R. A lot of people were saying cast Danny Trejo for
Yeah.
Lobo.
Danny Trejo. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I've seen somebody like do a mock image of him, Danny Trejo, as Lobo. But I think he's too old.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely I could see him
Yeah.
pulling it off. Another rated R characters that you think would be brought up?
Well, you'd mentioned Moon Knight earlier. He could be a rated R character, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
a psychopathic
he's like a
Batman.
psychotic
Not psychopathic, just multiple
Personality.
split personality Batman. I find it hard for them to pull that one off, to be honest with you. But hey, anything's possible with the way Marvel's or Disney, whatever you want to call it, doing
Well,
things.
I mean, what was Punisher Warzone? That was a rated R movie.
True, but Punisher is an established character. I mean, Punisher has been rated R since
What were the
Dolph
Blade,
Lundgren
what were the
days
Blade
and
movies?
everything.
Those were rated R movies.
Blade. Oh yeah,
Right?
which people seem to forget is one of the original Marvel
Marvel movies.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say Blade 1 and 2 because 3 was
Me.
yeah. But anyways, Ryan, I believe honestly, like I said, it's gonna be a double-edged sword, man. We're gonna see some really good rated R movies. However, I feel the way Hollywood likes to do things and everything that there's gonna be just a flood of shit rated R movies.
Dollar signs in their eyes.
Yeah, and I think that might even kill the rated R market. So I mean, we can only wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see an influx of it, but then I'm sure it'll kind of like.
Yeah, and tell us what you think, Ryan. I mean, how do you feel this movie is going to influence the market? Any other questions?
Gary again. Gary asks, "What's my name?" And my friend Amanda, she asked, "Let's talk about Walking Dead." You don't watch the show, but I watched.
Yeah, so you got to see the
And
season.
The mid-season premiere just came back this week. Effing word, brilliant! So much fun, so epic.
Really?
It was crazy bonkers.
Now, I've read the comic book, so the show.
It's starting to follow bits and pieces more of
Still?
straight out of the comic book.
Okay.
Yeah, this next huge arc that's coming up on the show is called The Larger World, which is one of the storylines in the comics, maybe issues 90, that's now starting to catch up to the Negan storyline, which is the big villain that's coming up.
Yeah.
But this new episode, I absolutely loved it, and I have my quibbles about it. Like, there's this, no spoilers, but they're in this town of Alexandria, which if you watch the show, you should already know, and it's overrun by zombies.
Yeah.
So at the end of the previous, before they took their break,
Right.
like Rick and like his group, Carl and like some other kids,
Uh-huh.
they cover themselves in zombie guts, and they walk out of the house to like try to escape.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're walking for hours in this little town, because it's like it starts off in the daytime and it's already dark,
Yeah.
and like are they walking around in circles in this town?
It's like, how
It's
how
like,
far are you walking?
And where are you going? This whole place is surrounded by zombies, so that's it's like, what's going on type of deal. Another Glenn scare we had in this episode. But yeah, overall,
I think everybody's waiting on Glenn.
his time's coming. His time's coming, if you know the comics.
Yeah.
But this episode starts off explosive,
Uh-huh.
pun intended, because there's just a massive explosion that happens, and it's just a
So
great
it
episode.
delivers.
I'm loving
As a
it.
mid-season
Yeah,
premiere.
I'm still loving this show like crazy.
That's good then.
And having fun with it. That's all the questions we have. Yeah, so far. Thank you guys for sending them in. That seems to be about it on our agenda here.
Also, since we got so many questions asked, how about we ask them questions? What are you guys reading? What got you guys into comic books? Maybe you can want to post that on your Facebook and see what kind of answers you get, and we'll just
Yeah, you guys.
We'll read them out next episode.
Yeah, comment. Tell us your origin stories, and like what you're into and recommendations and stuff.
Yeah, maybe tell us what you're into, and maybe you're not into comics, but you're into something specific, and I can recommend something that might interest you.
Yeah,
you know, so many different subjects out there, different reads.
Yeah, quick breaking news. Just saw that the Todd McFarlane says he's going to make a hard R
finished his
Spawn
script
movie, so that the script for the Spawn movie is finished, and he's planning on making it a hard horror movie. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, were you a fan of the original Spawn movie?
The original Spawn movie, I was.
I liked it for how old I was at that age, and seeing it, I liked it.
95? Yeah, because I was huge into Spawn then. I had the comics, the collection, action figures.
Yeah.
So the movie coming out, I loved it. It was so cool. It's dated. You watch it now, it doesn't hold up because the special effects and stuff.
But I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it, man.
It was really cool. It was an I guess an original character that we hadn't seen before, and on the big screen as far as the comic adaptation. So I'm super excited, and I think it's a good time to bring it back because it's going to be, I mean, the quality of special effects now.
And
as far as
goes to Ryan's question, that with Deadpool being a rated R movie, this can definitely work now.
This is definitely, Spawn is going to be.
This can definitely work. So, it opens the door for him.
It's good timing for Todd McFarlane.
It is. And I think there's anything else you want to add?
That'll do it for me.
Next week, Long Beach Comic Con. Let's see. Some of you may maybe see us out there. If my partner out here is able to get the day off, go with us. Say hi. Subscribe. Listen. Like. Share. Reply. Talk to us, man. Thank you for listening.
Get more involved. Game over.
Yeah, that's pretty much game over for us, man. Have a good day, guys. This is Los again.
It's Andrew.
Peace.
See ya.